Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing something really fun, at least I think so. I am challenging myself to use every shade in the Urban Decay Electric palette. So it's definitely going to be a very bright, not very wearable, but fun look. I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of bright looks lately, where it's festival time and all that. I've never been to a music festival, but that's just kind of the popular thing right now. So I thought that I would challenge myself to use every single shade in some way. Now I am bringing in my Natural Eyes palette for some transition and base colors and all that. But for the most part, this is what we're working with. So I'm really excited. This is like my favorite palette, at least one of them. I love color. It's something I'm definitely not afraid to use, or that I'm not uncomfortable going out with color on my eyes. So this has actually had a lot of love, especially the shade Jilted. It's like one of my favorites. But I've used this palette a ton. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I was just looking, but I've used every shade in this palette more than once. There's a dent in each shade, so that shows how much I love this palette. But anyway, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see. I already have my base and stuff on, which I may end up regretting. Oh, I'm going a little crazy with the bronzer today. That's okay. But I went ahead and put it on. I may, like I said, regret that decision here in a little bit. But it's okay. I'm going to put some tape down, and if it messes anything up, I'll just touch it up. Okay, so I have you zoomed in a little bit, and now looking at my brows, they look plumb crazy and patchy. Oh well, I'll fix them later. Okay, so I'm going to take some tape, like always, and put that in the corners of my eyes to kind of keep it from getting fallout, and also help give me that nice sharp shape that we all love. The problem is getting them even. I think I did. Okay. Alright, so to start this off, I'm definitely going to have to wash my brushes after this because I'll be using a lot and a lot of color, but they need washed anyway. But I'm just going into my Natural Eyes palette and going into the shade Heaven, laying that down to make sure I have a nice base, which I've already powdered my eye after I put concealer on, but I figured I would just go ahead and do this too, just in case. Okay, now I'm going into the shade Nudie and just slapping that in the crease and upper crease area just to have a transition there so that these colors blend. I think I'm going to focus the pinks and reds on this outer corner, and then kind of do a gradient and do like the purples like in the middle, and then the inner corner in blue, and then put the green and yellow maybe on the bottom. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so they all have some kind of shimmer in it, so I'm not going to be able to have like a matte crease shade other than what I just put in there, but that's okay. Like I said, this isn't going to be a very wearable look anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with Slow Burn, which is the red shade. I've used this a ton. I actually did a look with it the other day. If you watched my empty, I think it was my empties video, that is the red shade, the main red shade that I had on my eye. If y'all liked that look, I can do a tutorial. I had several people comment on it, so if y'all want a tutorial for that, I would be happy to do it. So I'm taking Slow Burn, and I am just putting this on the outer corner. I'm going to start making that cat eye shape, and I'm going to take it out pretty far because I'm going to have to use a lot of space with this look because there's a lot of shadows to use. I have 10 shadows that I have to fit on my eyeball somewhere, so definitely got to think outside of the box with this for sure. Okay, so now I'm just going to dust the red off of this brush, because if not I'm going to run out of tapered blending brushes if I try to use a different one for every color. But now I'm going to go into Savage, which is this really pretty bright pink. It kind of looks like Candy Yum Yum, the MAC lipstick. And I'm going to put that in my inner crease. So the rim of my eye will kind of be in the pinks and reds. That's actually really pretty. And I'm just going to go into Urban, which is this dark purple. And I am going to apply that to this outer corner, not taking it out as far as the red, but taking it in to the lid a little bit further. Basically just the outer portion of the lid. I feel like my tape is not working. Okay, maybe it is. I am going into Jilted, which is probably my favorite shade in the palette. And I'm taking it on the same shader brush that I went with the other purple shade, but I'm using the opposite side. And I did wipe off the excess of the other shade. Okay, now I'm just going to put this in the center. So we're kind of having a gradient effect. This kind of blends that purple into the pink nicely. My inner corner has gotten a little bit covered more than I wanted it to. So I really want my inner corner to pop. What am I looking for? Okay. So I'm going to take my Jumbo Eye Pencil and Milk. And I'm going to apply this to my inner third of my eye. Okay, so it's not perfect, but we're going to cover it with some shadow on my lid. Okay, so now I am going into, if I can find me a brush. Okay, so I'm just going to take another little flat shader brush, and I'm going into Freak, which is this gorgeous green. This is the one I've probably used the least out of all of them, but it's still very, very pretty. And I'm going to cover where I put the white eye pencil. Okay, so I'm going to take that and apply this to the very inner corner where you would highlight. Almost looks like where your glasses would leave a mark on your face. Have you ever had that happen? I have. Okay, so now I'm going into the shade Thrash, which is this neon highlighter yellow. So now I'm going back into the Freak color, which is that first green, and I'm just going to use that to kind of blend these together. Okay, so I'm going to add some winged liner just to kind of balance out what's going on just a little bit. So I'm not going to do that on camera, but I will be right back. Okay, so I just barely put just a little bit of eyeliner on. Look at the mess I've made, even with the tape. But I'm going to remove the tape. And it definitely would have been a lot worse without it, but I'm definitely going to have to clean my face up. So let me do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so cleaned up fairly easy. So now I'm going to start on the bottom, and I'm just going to take my my Milk eye pencil, and I'm going to do my waterline and a little bit down, because I really want the colors to stick to that as well. I'm going to go into the color Chaos, which is this really intense blue. It's kind of like a UK blue, maybe a little bit brighter. And I actually used this the other day on this brush. That's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to apply this to the outer third of my eye. So now I'm going into the shade Gonzo, which is a more bright blue. And I'm going to apply that to the very center, but not the inner portion, just the center. And just connect those. Now I'm going into probably my second favorite color in the palette, and that is Fringe. And I'm taking that and putting it in the inner half of my bottom lash line. And it's a really good connection between that green and the blue. It's kind of like a teal. Back into Nudie. And I'm just going to run that underneath everything. No, not over top, just like on the outer edge to kind of make it a little bit more seamless. So one more shade left, and that is the shade Revolt, which is this bright silver glitter. And I'm just going to get, if I can find it, I'm going to get a shader brush. And I'm going to take that, and I'm actually going to spritz it. I'm just going to take some like setting spray and wet this down. And I'm going to apply that to the very center of my lid. I don't want to cover up the purple that's there, but I just want to add just a little bit of zing to the inner lid shade. And I'm also going to add it to the like center of this green in my inner corner. So like right in the inner corner. Because the green kind of goes outside the borders of my eye. And then put the silver right on that corner. Alright, now I'm going to add some falsies and some mascara, and I will be right back because I'm going to do one more thing. Okay, so I legitimately love the way this turned out. Now I'm just going to do a couple more little things, not to my eyes, but I'm going to go into this Revolt and just take a little bit on a face brush. And I'm just barely, normally I wouldn't ever use this for a highlight with the color, but I'm just going to barely, I'm not taking it in here at all, just barely put it right here. I have another highlighter on, but I just kind of want this silvery highlight sparkliness on the outsides of my cheeks. Not putting it anywhere else. Like I said, nowhere near going like under my eye or on my nose or anything like that. Just ever so slightly putting it right here. And this is a foundation brush, but I actually love it to apply highlight. I actually really like the way that looks. Okay, and then I'm going to spray my face just a little bit with this Wet n Wild setting spray. I was wearing Kinda Sexy and I just wiped it off to retouch. But I just like the really pretty peachy nude with it so that it doesn't compete with the eyes. And that is the completed look. I'm actually really happy with it. I would totally go out like this. I love it. I'm going to take some pictures and post it to Instagram. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you try to recreate this look, please, 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 please send me pictures because I would love to see it. Tag me on Instagram. And yeah, this was a lot of fun, and I would totally go out wearing this. I love it. I'm very happy with it. And my ears itching. Oh. But yeah, that's everything. I love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.